Wow, thank you. Got a couple of things. I was in the hot seat here earlier this year with you, and we were talking about that I had met someone, and you said that it was a little like looking at love in all the wrong places, and it certainly was. It was quite a big surprise to me. So my question to you is,
So often, you all are in a hurry to get to the manifestation, and we get that. Esther's been saying recently that she really enjoys thought, and she really enjoys alignment, and she really likes meditation, and she so enjoys focus wheels, and she likes tuning in. She loves all of that, but she likes manifestations the best. She just can't help it. She just likes the manifestations the best. And that's why you all came. You came for all of it. The manifestation is the part that you want. And so you want to skip to the manifestation. But if you skip to the manifestation before you've done the vortexual work, if you skip to the manifestation before your vibration is really in alignment with what you want, then when the manifestation comes, it is not pleasing. And then we're going to use very specific thoughts so that Esther will find very specific words. Then you have to overcome your manifestations. In other words, it's sort of like digging yourself out of the hole.
yes.
And so don't do that.
Okay.
Next.
Well, you pretty much answered that one for me then.
The other thing, we may have said this to you before, but we're going to say it to you again. It makes this point in the strongest way. A woman said to us, Abraham, my son is looking for a mate. Will you help him find her? And we said, no. Why not? Because we don't think this is a good time. Why not? Because if he finds one now, she'll match his vibration.
Oh, yeah.
And if she matches his vibration, she won't be matching his true desire. His true desire and his now point of attraction are in different places. So say to the universe, take your time, wait till I'm ready. Which is what we were really saying. You hardly ever say that, do you? You don't say, take your time and wait till I'm ready to be a match to what I want. Instead you say, give it to me now and I'll adjust. That's what you say. Or give me what I want now, and then that will be the reason that I feel better. That's backwards. You got to be or feel what you want to experience. Once you accomplish that, then manifestation. Boom, 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 boom. Then it happens quickly.
Well, that sort of steps in line to the next question, which was,
We know.
I've been unemployed for a year, and I've been trying to focus on how to
But still, would you
vibrate.
acknowledge that the majority of your thoughts are on what's missing rather than on what's coming?
Yes, but I've spent the whole year trying to shift that.
Well, maybe it would be better for you to get off the subject. Completely off the subject.
Okay.
Because when you're fixated on something that feels stuck to you, and then you try harder, all you do is amplify the way you're already feeling. So focus on something that's working or on something else that's easier. And take note of how cooperative the universe is when you get on those other subjects. And then all of a sudden, with that lighter feeling that you're going to accomplish by not trying so hard, the unfolding will happen and you'll know it. You'll recognize it. You won't be wondering about it. You'll say, oh yeah, I recognize you. I recognize you. I've been feeling you. You've been in the background while I've been doing a lot of other things. It's a sort of human tendency. You've been taught that you have to try really hard to make things happen. But every subject is two subjects, and what is wanted on one end of the stick and the absence of it is on the other. And so often when what you want isn't happening and you try hard, you're focusing on the absence of what you want. So in your trying, that's why you call it a struggle. It feels like that. In your trying, you practice vibrations that oppose your true desire. You keep momentum going in opposition to what you want. And don't you know it, as you visit with people who want different things, can't you tell with very short conversations with them how they feel about where they are? This is the message from this, and we've been talking about it already here today. When what is happening right now has the majority of your attention, it cannot vary much from that. Because if what you're looking at is the reason that you're offering the vibration that you're offering, and then the vibration that you offer is the reason that you're getting back what you're getting, and what you're looking at is causing you to offer a vibration, and the vibration that you're offering is giving it back to you, nothing changes. Different places, different faces, but same experience. So the key is you got to find a way to change the feeling. The feeling has to change, and the feeling won't change until the thoughts do. That's how you know. So if you keep feeling lonely, or if you keep feeling discouraged, or if you keep feeling like it's taking too long, and that's really the dominant feeling that you had. Those were your opening words to us. I was here a year ago, and this was what I asked a year ago, and it's no better now. I'm not getting any better results now than I was a year ago. And then we say, that's because you're feeling the same way now that you were feeling a year ago. And so sometimes we know you want us to look into your crystal ball vortex and say, oh yeah, somebody's in there. We'd never do that, right? When you're on the brink, we'll look closer. But in the meantime, you got to be satisfied where you are and eager for more. But if there's dissatisfaction where you are, you can't get what you want. You got to be satisfied with what is. And so some people, that frightens them. Say, you want me to be satisfied with the absence of my money, or the absence of my mate, or the absence of a job that's real? You want me to be satisfied with that? Well, that seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? But you've got to be satisfied. Otherwise, you can't get tuned in. Dissatisfaction will keep you out of the receiving mode. And when you're not in the receiving mode, you'll turn right instead of left, and you'll miss a contact. When you're not in the receiving mode, you won't even feel like going there that night, and you won't hook up. You got to be in vibrational alignment with the messages that are being offered constantly. You say, clues, not to tease you. Let's clarify this. Your inner being is never teasing you. Oh, we want so much for you to hear this. So, your inner being knows exactly where you are in relationship to everything that you want. Just try to accept that with us for just a moment. And your inner being is calling you constantly, never-endingly, on a path of least resistance toward what you are asking for. Your inner being is always calling you to what your inner being knows you want, but you're hearing it from where you are. That's really key. So if you're in a place that's full of resistance and your inner being is calling you, sometimes it feels like a struggle when you go, because you can only hear it from where you are. As you get off the subject and you focus upon other things that are easy for you to feel good about, now you're going to hear your inner being calling you about one subject from a place that's in a different vibrational frequency. Does that make sense to you? We'll be more clear. So let's say on the subject of relationships, your frequency is lower and slower, and your inner being's calling you from up here. So it's a very faint call that you're hearing. You're hardly even hearing it. You're not even sure that you're hearing it. Your impulses and intuition aren't working out very well for you. You're not hearing it. And you think, well, I'll just think about this more and more. And the more you think about it, the more lonely you get. And the more you think about it, the more I'm not being a very good deliberate creator you feel. And the more you think about it, and the more you take score of where you are, the more you think you must be doing something wrong, or you must be missing something. All that's happening is that your now reality is dominating your vibrational frequency on that subject. So here you are, your inner being's calling you toward this relationship, but you can't hear it because of where you are. So then you decide to just let that go for a while. You decide to focus on your work, which is easy for you to feel like this. Or you decide to focus upon the beautiful day, and it's easy for you to be there. So you're focusing consistently, not just in a spattering way. You're focusing consistently on things that are causing you to feel better, and now your inner being's still calling you about your relationship, but now you're up there where you can hear it. Oh. So you got that, didn't you? Just get happy, and you'll hear, and the results will please you. If your vortex exists, and it does, doesn't it? Yes. If your vortex is a reality, and it is, isn't it? Yes. If your vortex is a reality, and it's bubbling, it's becoming, it's gestating, it's getting ready for you to be ready for it, It's getting ready for you to be ready for it. And the only reason that anyone might doubt the existence of it is because you're not ready for it, because you're over here complaining about what isn't. Because when you want something that hasn't come about yet and you can't see it, then you feel foolish claiming that it is. But you must accept that it is in a vibrational version, and then something has to happen. It has to evolve from its vibrational version into its manifested version in order for you to fully enjoy it. That's why you're here in this physical body. So there is a process. There is a vibrational process. There is an alignment process that is yours to do. It's what step 3 is. There's a vibrational process that is yours to do that allows you to see and hear and smell and taste and touch. It allows you to be the realizer of what's in your vortex. And that's how those thoughts turn to things. So here's your vortex at this very high vibrational frequency, which means there's no resistance in it. And for whatever reason, you're feeling particularly frisky today. You're tuned in, you're tapped in, you're turned on, you're feeling high on life. You're in love with life. You're feeling good about who you are. You're feeling good about who others are. You're just feeling good. You don't even need an excuse to feel good. You just feel good. But sometimes going outside in this magnificent California makes you feel good. It makes you glad to be alive. We don't care what excuse you use to feel good. Just find one and feel good. So there you are, tuned in, tapped in, turned on. And in that state of happy, an idea occurs to you. That's vibration turning to thought. Ooh, that's the process of creation underway. Oh, it's been well underway. It's gathered so much energy. It's gathered so many cooperative components. It is huge and it's ready to pop for you. But the popping process is what you came for. The popping process feels so good. When it starts popping and you start getting those ideas and you say, hey, I know what I want. This is what I want. Once it occurs to you in that powerful way, these vibrations have begun to turn to thoughts, and that means it is a sure thing. Once the idea has occurred to you in the form of something that you would call my desire, I want this, it is so well along the way that you can call it done. Now you have only to hold yourself as best you can in the vicinity of that feeling, and it will materialize right before your eyes. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. Good timing is now going to be your experience. You're going to rendezvous with others, and all kinds of good fortune will begin to occur to you right before your eyes. And the best part of this is you will know that it is happening because you understand the process. You remember when you were sifting and sorting. You remember step 1. You accept step 2. You've been practicing step 3, and now you are good at step 3. You're now in step 4, and now ideas are occurring to you, and you know that the ideas are occurring to you, and you stand in a place of expectation, and then they start popping, one after the other. This thing happens, and this thing happens, and this thing happens, and this thing happens, until you begin to believe in your ability that you create you and you alone create your own reality. Nobody else is doing it. Nobody but you. It's you and what you are holding yourself in vibrational alignment with. That sweet spot of unfolding. Once you're there and you know you're there and you can feel the power of your desire, and now there's no doubt because it's a sure thing. There's no wonder or worry about it. It's a sure thing. Now you just get to experience the pleasure of watching the cooperative universe back you up. Now you get to feel the worthiness of your being. Now you get to understand how Source feels about you. Now you get to understand how understood you are. Now you get to receive the see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it version. Now you get to realize it fully because you created it and it gestated. And momentum came to it. And now it's so big that it is expressing itself to you in so many ways. And you're feeling so good these days that as it is expressing itself, you're there to see it. And as you see it, you feel it. And life just gets better and better and better and better and better and better and better for you. And those who are watching you, those who are around you, who are watching you, you know, those jealous ones, they're saying, what is up with you? What's going on with you? What's going on with you? Why are things working out so well for you? And you say, they just are. Don't try to explain it. They just are. It's just how it works. The happier I am, the better things go. Tell them that and leave it there.